this wasn't the video I wanted to come back to you guys with. I planned on a more happier, even though I've been going through my drama and even though I've been going through my crap, I planned on coming back happier, liver, in a better state of mind than this. But life just throws you these really crazy curveballs sometimes, and you can't do what you planned. You can't do... I didn't even plan to record this right now. I just realized that I don't have no intro to the video, and y'all not gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. If you don't follow me on Facebook or Snapchat, you're gonna be lost. So I figured I'll make this intro to express what happened. My friend James passed away July 11th, 7:20 a.m. He had a 16-year battle with leukemia and leukemia complications, and it was definitely the complications that, unfortunately for us, but fortunately for God, took him to a higher existence, and he passed away. And a lot of you used to speculate about where I got the name for this channel and why it was Wifey Cakes, and a lot of you just assume, oh, it's Wifey Cakes because she's a wife, she's married. You know, it was just like a nickname that Robert came up with. And this channel was named by James. My first video that I uploaded was about 2007 or 2008-ish in there, and those were the years that James and I were what we were, which you'll see in these Snapchats what we were. Yeah, this channel was named after a nickname he gave me when I was somewhere between 16 and 18 years old. He started calling me that, and he was the one who taught me how to record. My first videos that were ever recorded on this channel, he was behind the camera recording them. If you've watched that video of me, the Tony Braxton video of me doing Love Should Have Brought You Home, and videos of me doing California King Bed and Baby Doll, he was behind those recordings, and he was either right there next to me or behind the camera, cheering me on and encouraging me to get my voice out to the world. Had he never did that, I never would have made a YouTube channel singing or doing anything else, really. He gave me confidence to know that I was beautiful and to know that other people should be able to see how beautiful I am. He was one of the first men in my life to ever call me beautiful. And he was very special to me. And Lena as well. So what you're going to see is me kind of explaining our relationship and how we came to know each other from 13 to 30. He would have been 31 July 27th. So yeah. I hate saying rest in peace and being cliche and all of that crap. I really hate it, but I definitely want him to just rest in love and know that we love him. And yeah, so I guess without further ado, my dedication video and my memories to James. Thank you all so much for your kind words, those who have messaged me and hit me up. Thank you for all your kind comments that you always commented below the vlogs about him and his sister and the type of godparents they are to Lena. I was truly blessed to have people who love my child as she is their own. And it's something that, you know, I'm just like a God-given blessing that I'll never be able to replace. But yeah, I'm thankful for the time he was here. And yeah, so this is my dedication video to James. Good morning. Crust all in my eye. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, July 12th. 2018, like you didn't know the year. Alright, so I know a lot of y'all was waiting on me to get on here yesterday. I know y'all was waiting for me to confirm or deny or explain. And I just could not do that yesterday. I needed to have a day with my family, with my friends, to get these words developed. Because it was to the point yesterday where anytime I talked about it, it would just tear me up. It's not easy to say goodbye or see you later to someone that saw you through so many stages of your life. If you don't know who I'm talking about, and my boob looks weird as hell right now. My shirt's all stuck under. I have to laugh to keep from losing my mind. My best friend, my brother, my first love, my sum of everything, James, just passed away yesterday morning. I've known James and Jamori, Lena's godparents, that you guys see in the vlogs and everything all the time. I've known them since I was 13 years old. I was a freshman in high school. I didn't know nothing about the world. I was a little sheltered, not a lot, but a little sheltered by my parents. And they were just wild. Like they were different and outgoing and just loud and just real, you know. It was like a shell shock for me because they were so different from what I was used to. And that was really my first introduction to culture as I know it now, like black culture, rap and hip hop. And I knew I was black, obviously, and I knew a little bit about like the historical part of it. Like my mom was really like Martin Luther King, but not all of that. My mom didn't let us listen to rap music. She didn't let us, like, we got to listen to old school, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, stuff like that, and gospel. And that was pretty much it, with the exception of maybe a little Tupac or Sugar Free. My mom loved Sugar Free, but that was when she was playing it on the radio, edited. We weren't allowed to listen to it on our own. We weren't allowed to buy rap music. I wasn't allowed to be, like, really deep into that type of culture. And James and Jamori were the first experience of me seeing the other side of black culture, not the historical NAACP, I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. Not the bougie side, I guess, but just seeing like how everyday black people act. And that was my first experience with that. And I remember James used to always tell me, you bougie as hell. Like, you really, like, stuck up. You need to get your nose out the air. He would always say, like, you need to get your nose out the air, okay? Open your damn it eyes and see that you black too. You's a nigga just like us. Get with it. Get with the times. And they really opened my mind. It was for the first time in my mind where I really understood what it meant to be open-minded, you know? Like, I always said I was accepting of everyone, but I would kind of snark at people. And I still do that sometimes. I catch myself. But my entire open-minded process and the way that I accept people and love people now came from my experiences with James and Jamori. They were just so different than the life that I was accustomed to. And he challenged the fuck out of me. Every chance he got, every step of my life, he challenged me. I remember being frustrated with something. Oh, that was back when like MySpace and the internet and everything was popping, and everybody was putting those backgrounds on their page, and I was like, I want a background and I don't know how to do it. And he was like, okay, so I'll help you do it, and then you need to learn how to do it yourself. And he would never let me feel impotent in that way. Like, he would just be like, if you don't know how to do it, let's learn how to do it. or I'll show you. Or if you're afraid of it, let's face that fear. What you scared for? And he would just call me on it every time. No, we're going to do it. We're going to do it because you don't want to do it. And he definitely was that person for me, especially as a teenager. And we eventually got to the point where we was just kind of like this. We were just stuck together. I remember he asked me, it was really weird and random. We spent a lot of time together doing everything. So much so that I think that we got on Jamori nerves. We got on Jamori's last nerve because we started just going to do stuff spontaneously and not intentionally not inviting her. But it was just like, when you connect with somebody, you just like this and your minds are just together. You just be like, hey, you, oh my God, I just want to do everything with you. Let's just go do this. And we didn't think to invite nobody else. We didn't think to say, hey, you want to go? It was just like, I just want to run this world ragged with you. I just want to get your hand. I just want to go. And we would leave Jamori out a lot, and she would be like, fuck y'all. Y'all is going places without me. I want to go. And we'd be like, oh, my bad. We totally did not mean to leave you out. But it was one random day we were walking through the halls, like in high school. And he was like, you know, I'm going to marry you, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? We're like 15, 10th grade. And he was like, no, you know, I'm legit going to marry you. And I was like, like I kind of laughed about it. And he was like, you know, if I called you my wife, would you answer? And I was like, yeah, of course. And he was like, okay, then that's what you are. And I was like, huh? Like, it was really weird. But we started calling each other husband and wife. And people thought we lost our damn it mind. I remember when we got to senior year, we even had rings. My mom had bought me these rings. And that was back when like Avon was popping. Like, and you had like the little order catalogs and shit. They had this, it kind of looked like an engagement ring, and I still have that ring to this day. I still keep it in my jewelry box. And I don't think he ever knew that. I think he thought I got rid of it. But my mom had saw these rings, and she was showing me another ring. But I was like, you know, I really want that one. And she said, that looks like it's like you married. And I was like, I know, that's the point. And so she bought it for me anyway. And I went to him and I told him, I was like, now I have something to represent you. You got to get something to represent me. And he went and bought this tungsten kind of thick, chunky ring, and he started wearing it, and we were just wearing these rings, and everybody's looking at us like we're crazy. And even after high school, after all of that, he was like, yeah, that's my wife. I remember saying to him, you know, we should just do this for real. We should be together. And we would walk through the high school and hold hands. We would meet each other at lockers between class. We would, you know, write each other notes and leave each other little love notes and things and just goofy shit. And at the same time, he was my best friend. And he told me one day, I said, you know, let's just do this for real. And he was like, I know that I love you, but I also know that I can't be with you. Not yet. I have things that I need to do. The world that I need to explore. And I remember being so heartbroken because I was like, but if you know, why do you need to explore? And he was like, I need to go out and live first. And for a while we had this pattern, you know, he would go out, live, do whatever he wanted to do, explore. He would travel, go visit different places, and then he would come back and we would be together. And then it would fizzle out. And he was like, no, I'm not ready. It was like this. In his mind, I think he knew, I don't have a lot of time on this earth. So I just got to get all of this out. I got to sow my wild oats and shake my sillies out. And I got to travel. I got to be wild. I can't be tamed. I got to go. I got to live the best life. Because he knew it wouldn't be a life as long as mine. Like, or as long as the rest of us. And he knew from the time that he was diagnosed with leukemia at 15, I think he knew, I gotta live a whole different life in fast forward, faster than y'all. He bought me this ugly ass, this ugly ass belt. And that was back in the day when everybody had like the name belts and the words used to scroll across the belts and like the big silver letters and shit. And he bought me this belt and he put wifey on it. And he said, "You'll always be that. Trust you'll always be that." I know that sounds weird to say. And under any other circumstance with any other dude, I would have called it selfish. And I would have said it was stupid. But for him, and sometimes I did call it selfish and I did call it stupid, and we would fight and we would argue. But for him, I knew this is what he has to do, because he knows his time on earth is limited, and it's things that he needs to explore, and it's things that he needs to see. And I knew that just being settled down, married with kids at 18 wasn't going to be fulfilling. The small time frame that he had to be here, that wasn't going to be it. It was always a cross between, damn, I could spend my whole life with you, but damn, what if I just spent my whole life with you, knowing that I don't have much of a life, I won't be here always, I gotta go be wild, because God only knows where this cancer is going to take me tomorrow. God only knows how long I'm going to be able-bodied and free and functioning. God only knows, you know. And once I realized that, I was about 20 or so when I realized that. And I said, you know, just go. Just go live and go be. And I love you. And we'll always be friends, and we'll always be together. And every boyfriend I had there and after, he hated. And every person I said I was interested in, he would give the side eye and be pissed. And you know, but he was like, you deserve to be happy. It's not fair for you to sit and wait for a maybe with me. I have to let you be happy, especially if I'm going to be out here ripping and running. I have to let you be happy. And he would always say, go do that. And go be with that person and go be happy. But you're mine. And remember that you are always mine. And I will always love you. And that will never change. I don't care who you marry. I don't care what you do. You're mine. And I was, you know, in my marriage, I had, you know, ups and downs. And then when I got pregnant, and it was really rocky. I didn't really have the husband that I thought I was going to have. I didn't have that partner there with me. He was right there. He was like, what do you need? Did you eat today? Let's go eat. I'm going to give you money so you can have money to eat, so you don't have to sit there pregnant and hungry. Where do you need to go? What do you need for the baby? When do you need me to be there? I will be at the hospital. I need to, whatever you need me to do. And when Lena was born, he was like, yeah, that's my baby. And whatever she needs, whenever, let me know. Even if you can't, whatever you need, gas money, rent money. When he didn't even have much of money, he was like, well, you know, whatever. I have some stuff in the cabinet. I got some hamburger helper. I got a can of chili. I got whatever. And he would get in the kitchen and he would cook for us and for me. And he was always making sure that everyone was good. Even while he was fresh out of chemo treatment, throwing up in the bathroom, weak as hell, barely walking, he would still throw some water on his face and get up and be like, okay, what do we need to do? Where do we need to go? What do you need today? Asking me what I need. Like he didn't just get shot full of poison. Like he didn't just get half his energy taken away. But what do I need though? He was just some kind of divine, heavenly force, just divine power walking on earth. Nothing could stop him. Nobody could tell him no. You were not about to tell James what he was not going to do or what he couldn't do. You were not going to tell James where he couldn't go. You were not about to tell James that's not possible. Because he was like, yes, it is. And that's what I'm going to do. And I don't give a damn. And who are you? And I don't care what you think. And I don't care what you say. He was just power walking in human form. And just a force. You know, he was just fire. I don't know how to put it into complete words. I don't know how to really articulate. You just kind of had to know him. And you had to experience what he was capable of, and the things that he would things that would seem difficult to the normal person, he could just do that. And I'm sure it hurt, and I'm sure he was tired, and I'm sure that, you know, he was frustrated and whatever, but you never saw that. You never saw any of that. You just saw the shit he did. You just saw him just make magic happen. He just made whatever it was, he just made it be. Like, there is no obstacle. There is nothing in the way. There is, you know, there's no reason why we can't. There's no, we're not doing it. There's no, I'm scared. There's no, I don't want to. There's no, like, well, we can't or they can't. None of that was a factor for him. He just was just like a force, like a boulder, like an avalanche. Just like, I'm gonna do it. Watch me. And he would prove you wrong every time. And he was stubborn and a complete asshole from time to time. There was times where I'm like, you just don't give a shit. I don't. And you really just gonna do that and act like it don't matter what nobody else think? It don't. And I don't care if you're mad. And I don't care what you think. And I don't care if you don't want to talk to me. And I don't care if it made you feel away. You know, he had his moments where he would apologize and say he was wrong, but there was very few far in between. You was not going to get a I'm wrong out of James. You might get a I'm sorry. But you was never going to hear him say I was, that ain't happening. You're going to be like, well, you shouldn't have did what you did in the first damn place, and then I wouldn't have been mad then. Hell. And that's the end of that. But even in his weird asshole thing, he loved you, and you felt that love. You know, you felt that I love you, even though I'm not speaking to you. It's weird. You tell James you're not talking to him, he'll be like, all right. And I'm not going to be the first to speak either. He would not talk. You ain't talking to me, I ain't talking to your ass either. And he was so stubborn and so good at that. You'd have to break your own silence. Like, okay, fine, I'm talking to you. It's just that you don't want to say nothing to me, but I'm just mad at the way you did this and that. Okay. And if he really, really loved you, he would always come back to you. He was never mad at you for long. I think watching him fight cancer for 16 years, it was crazy. It was crazy to every time, well, this is dangerous and you might not make it and this and that. And he'd be like, listen, do whatever you got to do. Give me whatever tests. Give me whatever drugs. Admit me. Do whatever procedure you got to do so I can get out this bitch. He was like, I ain't trying to hear that. And every time, I just talked to him on Friday, and I said, are you still at the hospital? No, I went home. I'm going home. And he literally texted me. He was like, I'm wobbling, but I'm wobbling home. Because, I'm good. I'm all right. And it's just so strange to be here without his energy. And you can feel the empty space. But at the same time, you feel like the warmth and the love and the memories and the joy and the happiness. But it's weird. It's like a grocery bag with only one item in it. Like the love is that one item in the bottom of the bag. But there's all this extra space that like can't be filled, and it's weird. It's weird to know that he's not just right next door. We literally ended up living in the same apartment complex, one building away. And it's weird. It's weird that, he can't be at the bottom of my stairs, or it's weird that, I can't say to Lena, just go around the corner to your goddad. It's weird. It's really strange. But, having somebody see you through 18 years of your life, that's the equivalent of like having a parent raise you. I literally knew him from 13 to 30. I'm about to be 31 this year. That's 18 years. Literally all the ages and stages of my life that made me who I am, he was there for. What are we gonna do without him here for the next stage of our life? I've been telling my daughter since yesterday, because she hasn't really been taking this very well, that if you ever miss James, look to the sky and just talk to him. He lives in the sky now, and he sees you. He sees you and he hears you when you speak. And I think I'm going to have to take my own advice. The same thing that I told my 5-year-old child to help her get through this is the same thing that I'm going to have to do myself. Which is look to the sky. And know that he's always watching us. And smiling. And talking shit about our outfits. And laughing at our haircuts. And clowning who we're dating at the moment. And being pissed off when we don't do things the way that he thinks we should do things. He'll always be that. And he'll always be in the sky and in our hearts. I hate the phrase rest in peace. I hate it. So I always just say I love you and I'll see you later. And every day I'm going to have to look to the sky and say that.